Cześć kochani, witam Was w kolejnym odcinku z serii ABC Murders. I cóż, jesteśmy w chałupie, w sensie w mieszkaniu w Londynie obecnie. Czekajcie, bo jakoś tam źle świeci, że kurde, nie widać połowy mnie. Bardziej, mniej. O, i tak będzie chyba trochę zasłaniać. No nic, trudno. Niech tak będzie. Dobrze, więc jesteśmy w mieszkaniu z powrotem i co? Idziemy sprawdzić pocztę? No to idziemy.
Poor Mr. Poirot. I'm quite sorry for you. If at first you don't succeed, try again. We've a long way to go still. Typery? No, that comes later. Letter T. The next little incident will take place in Doncaster on September 11th. So long. ABC. I should compare this letter with the one on my desk which I received earlier to see if it does indeed come from the same person.
No, tak wygląda.
It is not the right time.
No okej, czyli idziemy to porównać. Nowy list z poprzednim porównujemy.
Let us examine this more closely. Certain characters in the two letters may have similar defects. Yes, this I is weird. Right, let us compare this with the other letter. Yes, the I characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory. The W is not printed properly. Right, let us compare this with the other letter.
Way. Oh, way.
Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
No i duże A.
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual. Right, let us compare this with the other letter. That's right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter.
Czyli nasza teoria się kolejny raz
Hastings,
sprawdza.
he strikes tomorrow.
No i co,
Chief
jedziemy
Inspector
tam,
Jack?
czy co?
He's on another line. Can I take a message?
Yes, please, mademoiselle. It is from Hercule Poirot. Tell him ABC strikes tomorrow in Doncaster. He must call me back.
Very well, sir.
Doncaster. No, okej.
Yeah, now I'm going to see what I can find from these burnt documents. I've received the product I need. Hastings, if you do not mind, I would like you to take a few notes.
Yes, yes.
No dobrze, a jak mamy to
I've
zrobić?
finished with this subject.
Czy one są tu, gdzie... Aha. Tak.
If someone has tried to get rid of these documents, they may be important.
Czy to leżało sobie tam na wejściu? Czy to nie było tu? Chyba było, dobra.
Now, down to work. All of this needs putting in order a little.
Spróbujmy to jakoś... A, czy to jest dobrze? No może jest. W miarę pozlepiać. Mhm.
This page is finished.
Aha.
That's done. 3 more to go.
Czyli to jest stronami poukładane jednak. Po prostu tak nie za bardzo widać, bo jest popalone w różnych miejscach.
This page is finished. And that's 2 done. It's easier than I thought.
No, zobaczymy. Zobaczymy, jak to będzie wyglądało, jak to złożymy wszystko do kupy.
This piece should be placed here. This does not look too difficult. This page is finished. Only 1 more. Keep going.
Próbujemy.
This page is child's play. This page is finished.
No i co
All the
teraz?
pages are reconstructed. A dry cloth. The cloth is now soaked with solvent.
No i co, i chcesz to tak tam przykleić do tego, do tych wszystkich stron? No nie wiem. Aha.
Got it! Make a note, Hastings, make a note. Mrs. Alisasha, shop owner in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, prescribed laudanum.
I got it. Look. Poirot, where on earth did you find these files?
On a fire at the bottom of the garden at Conside.
All right, but where did the person who burned them find them?
No właśnie.
Dick Dudley Dunbar, owner of the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster. Asthmatic, heart disease, heart condition.
To jest następna ofiara.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust. While wounded, mustard gas and head trauma. Pulmonary emphysema. Hemoptysis. Coughing fits with blood. Suffers from absences and amnesia.
Zabójca.
Betty Barnard, waitress in Bexhill. Chronic bronchitis causing dysphonia. Advised to stop smoking. Alice Asher, shopkeeper in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with loss of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based cough medicine. Let us now try and
No,
get our
ciekawe.
brain cells to work.
Skąd pochodzą spalone dokumenty? Kartoteka.
The burned documents are medical records and without a doubt they come from Clark's archives. First of all, because all the patients have throat conditions. And secondly, their name starts with either A, B, C, or D, and it is precisely the files that match these letters that have been tampered with.
But why burn these files? How come the names of the two victims appear on them? And who are the two other patients?
These are very good questions.
Panna D to kolejna ofiara. Zwyczajnie.
Hello, Poirot?
Any news, Chief Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady, who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust? How did you guess? Poirot, you have magical powers. It's a serious lead. I called Doncaster. A person matching Cust's description has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after that, nobody knows where he went.
Look for him at the Black Swan Hotel.
What? How do you know he's there?
Trust me, Chief Inspector.
You appear to be very sure of yourself. Very well. I'll call the Black Swan straight away. The owner is going to get a shock when he learns that there's a murderer under his roof.
Do your best, Jap.
You can count on me.
Hastings, everything is at stake. With a little luck, our main suspect will soon be under lock and key.
No, zobaczymy.
So, has Cust been arrested?
Yes, the Doncaster police are sending him by train.
That is good news. But why so gloomy, Chief Inspector?
Well, when I told the hotel owner that he was sheltering a murderer, he collapsed.
He's dead?
No, fortunately, but it has taken its toll on him. It has to be said that with his name starting with the letter D, he had every reason to fear Cust. I bet he was going to be the next victim.
Chief Inspector, I believe that I share responsibility for this incident.
What do you mean?
I saw Mr. Dunbar's medical records. His heart was weak. I should have warned you.
It's very honest of you to tell me that, Poirot. I appreciate your gesture.
Please keep me informed of his progress.
You can count on me. I'll do what's needed.
I will visit him at his bedside when the killer is caught.
That's typical of you, Poirot. We should focus on the next part of the investigation in order to avoid other incidents. While we're waiting to question Cust, we could search his room in London.
Where does he live?
The Marbury Guest House?
I'll see you there.
Yes, but start without me. First of all, I have to sort out a few details for Cust's transfer.
I understand. À bientôt.
No, żeby nie uciekł, nie?
Hastings, we are making good progress. Please go and search the room of our number one suspect.
With pleasure. I did have a dentist appointment, but I'll cancel.
A dentist. So that is why you are so nervous and bad-tempered.
A visit to the dentist is never an enjoyable prospect.
Prawda.
But an unavoidable one. Go to your appointment, Hastings. I will manage on my own.
Już jaki chętny, żeby przełożyć tą wizytę u tego dentysty.
To Marbury Guest House, please. Marbury. There is a very pretty village by this name, in Cheshire.
Cieszy.
I've been going past this modest guest house for so long. I would never have thought that the ABC case would lead me here.
Jakiś gościu stoi. No dobra, wchodzimy.
It looks like I've found the real master of this house.
Tak, jest to zapewne ten koter.
There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases.
How do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Jubb told me that you might be coming.
Aj, owszem.
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I think
Zobaczymy.
you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cust left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
No, elegancko.
One moment, please. How did you know that Cust had underlined Doncaster in his railway guide?
I went and had a look in his room.
I see. Do you make a habit of searching through your lodger's belongings?
Well, what are you going to do later? I bet you're going to poke around his room too.
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
He's rather queer. He talks to himself. He has a bad cough. Because of the war, he says. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Where were the stains on the shirt?
Can't recall.
Cust used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Yes, although he was unwell on trains.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No idea.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cust rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. I remember one thing. Bexhill's by the sea, right?
Indeed, it is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cust asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
Może.
Very interesting. Please continue.
I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
When did he start buying the newspapers?
Let's see. I think it was just after the millionaire's murder in Churston. He didn't seem all that interested before that.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
Dobra, popatrzymy na nią.
This woman appears to be in bad mood.
No, obiera ziemniaki. To właściwie w jakim ma być nastroju?
Mrs. Marbury is taking out her bad mood on the evening meal's potato.
I don't think my register will help you. Mr. Cust rents his room all year.
Tak, już mówiłaś.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
Right. Is that all? When are you leaving?
No nie, niestety to nie wszystko.
I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
I don't think my red...
The truth is becoming apparent. Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder? Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
If I did, it was because Mr. Cust wasn't here. What about it?
You rented the same room to two people. That's fraud.
Calm down, Mr. Poirot. My lodgings were full and I couldn't let poor Mr. Fishman sleep outside.
Dobra, idziemy na górę. Sobie włosy poprawię, jak zawsze. No, jest i lek na kaszę.
Laudanum Cameron's Chemists. Laudanum, a medicine for coughs. It is what Dr. Clark prescribed for Mrs. Asher. The subject would probably be useful to me.
Sedatyw.
Diethyl barbituric acid, Johnson Company. I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative. The subject would probably be useful to me.
Dobra, co dalej?
How hopeful. This place is a real mess.
Rzeczy.
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
No, tak to wychodzi. Dobra, popatrzmy jeszcze sobie tu.
It's closed. ABC guys, enough to sign about a dozen murders. It's closed. ABC. ABC. It's closed.
Nie możemy tego na przykład kluczem otworzyć?
It's closed.
Dobra.
The Bexhill Daily paper, dated from the day of the Bexhill murder. Most probably the basting dress repaired by Mrs. Marbury's expert hands. All the main articles referring to the ABC case are here, from the Churston murder onwards. Nothing before that date. Trousers, white shirts. Everything has been washed very well.
A może on jest po prostu naśladowcą? Co wy na to?
John Milligan, Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To A.B. Cust, Marbury's Guest House, 1935, May the 21st. Dear Sir, further to our letters dated 5th and 10th of the month, we confirm we are you as door-to-door salesman, according to the conditions stated in our previous letters. We will send you the articles by mail and also a Redfield typewriter you will be using for every business letter. Regarding the schedule of your rounds, please do as following. June 21, Andover. Arrive by train the 20th in the evening and get a room at Station Hotel. Start your turn in the north part of the town. This letter establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. I know from Mrs. Marbury that he went to Churston. I just have to show that he went to Bexhill, and I will have proved that he was present at all the crime scenes.
No, ciekawe.
Did Cust drop it when he opened the window? Or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning? I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it? The left-hand heel has been removed.
Dobra.
The right-hand heel has been removed. Something is blocking the ribbon. Something is blocking. And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC. I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes.
No i co? Mogę to sobie wziąć, zabrać, czy co?
And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC. I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes.
No dobra, no to wzięliśmy, tak? Czy co?
Cust is parsimonious. He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until there is nothing left. It is clear that he did not grow up in luxury. The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance. It's an ABC.
I nóż.
A long-bladed knife. A murderer's weapon. This object would probably be useful to me. The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
No dobra, to już wiemy.
Cust is parsimonious.
No, rolka.
I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it?
No przecież już ją zabraliśmy. Kurde, czy to jest jakiś błąd znowu?
The ribbon is jammed. The right-hand heel has been removed.
Okej.
The left-hand heel has been removed. And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC.
No i co, była czy nie była?
I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes. All the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter.
Musieliśmy to obrócić 40 razy. Okej.
War of 1914-1918. By the King's order, the name of Corporal A.B. Cust, Devonshire Regiment, was published on the London Gazette on May the 10th, 1918, as mentioned in the dispatch for gallant and distinguished service. An army dispatch, wounded on the Somme front, victim of a gas attack. Corporal Cust greatly deserves his distinction.
Dobra, czy to wszystko już zostało? Czy nie? A no nie.
This dark stain. It could be blood, but goodness knows how long it has been there.
To już jest zrobione. Ale to jest zamknięte. Czy my to możemy tym nożem otworzyć?
This knife is very useful. Who knows? Maybe it never cut anything other than string. Stockings.
Może.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Gdzie przebywał Cust w chwili morderstwa w Bexhill?
The register shows that Cust did not sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. Where was he? Bexhill. The Bexhill paper reveals it. Cust bought this newspaper in Bexhill on July the 25th. No use continuing the inspection of this room. I've seen all there is to see.
No dobra, to co? Wracamy?
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance. Goodbye, Mrs. Marbury. Thank you for your help.
I look forward to seeing you again, Mr. Poirot.
Aha, serio.
Ah, Chief Inspector. I was about to leave.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen. I'll leave the key of Mr. Cust on the counter.
I'm sorry I'm late. I've spent ages with the Doncaster police. And you?
I have established one fact. On 3 occasions, Cust was at the scene on the day of the crimes.
No i co? Nic.
I had best talk to Jap.
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For me, there's no doubt Cust is guilty. Do you have any element that might prove the contrary?
That is what we're going to look for. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Czy to możliwe, że Cust zamordował wszystkie 3 ofiary? No, niby możliwe, ale... Czy morderca i Cust mają ze sobą coś wspólnego? Informatory, listy. Być może. Czy zachowanie Custa jest podejrzane? No, skłamał.
The evidence against Cust is overwhelming. His presence at the scenes, the knife, the blood-stained shirt, the ABCs in a box.
C'est vrai. However, the blood Mrs. Marbury saw on Cust's shirt may have been his own. According to his medical records, he suffers from hemoptysis. The murderer cut Sir Carmichael's throat from behind, and the blood spurted outwards. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes, yet we see quite the opposite. You would expect the murderer to keep the newspaper articles about his crimes. But Cust's collection starts in Cheston, as if it discovered the case rather late.
I agree it's troubling, but it doesn't change my mind. There's small details that we should be able to clear up by questioning Cust.
When can we talk to him?
Doncaster is sending him to us on the first train.
Are they questioning him already?
He says he can't remember a thing.
It's plausible. Doctors say he suffers from absences and amnesia. Mrs. Marbury has confirmed this.
He may have done the murders in an altered state.
A familiar situation.
It's not enough to clear his name. Dr. Thompson insisted that even if you don't know what you're doing, you never commit a murder without wanting to.
Très intéressant. I shall remember that.
Right. I'll go and examine the suspect's room.
Chief Inspector, I took the liberty of removing a few clues to examinatum.
All right, we'll discuss them tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to see if you've missed something.
To Scotland Yard, please.
Proszę, proszę, mamy go przesłuchać. No dobra, to spróbujmy go przesłuchać.
This man is not in good shape. He is worried and very tired, and other police have been hard on him.
Dobra, pogadajmy z panem.
What do you want from me?
Good day, Mr. Cust. I am Hercule Poirot.
Ah, you're the detective.
Yes, I am the person you have been sending the letters to.
I didn't write these letters. I've already said so.
Maybe you forgot that you wrote these letters.
Yes, it's true. Sometimes I forget. Maybe I did type them.
I do not believe that you are capable of murder, Mr. Cust.
I hope not.
You suffered during the war.
It's true. I was wounded. I suffered. But the army was the only place I didn't feel inferior. No questions. Just orders to follow.
But ever since you were wounded, you have absences, bouts of amnesia.
And headaches.
Professor Clark treated you.
Yes, a few years ago he really helped me with my burned throat.
And to thank him, you murdered him?
Stop talking about these murders.
Do you deny being at the scene of the crimes?
So? There was no harm in being there. It was only for my work.
I am not going to leave.
Muszę mu przynieść.
Poor man. If only I could help him. Take this. It will help you.
Thank you. Oh, good God, my shirt is covered in blood again.
Bon. I now know where the bloodstains Mrs. Marbury saw came from. Are you well enough to speak?
Yes, I feel much better.
No, słucham pana.
Do you deny being at the scene of the crimes?
So? There was no harm in being there. It was only for my work.
You were seen at all the crime scenes.
Yes, I was. I travel a lot. But not for pleasure. I am terribly unwell in trains. But I had to respect my engagements. My employer gave me very precise written instructions about the towns I had to visit.
Let's see. The company you claim to work for, Silky Legs, has never heard of you.
Silky legs.
And as for these letters they sent you, they were written on your own typewriter.
The company sent me the typewriter when I started working for them.
Yes, but the letters were received afterwards. So it would appear that you typed them before sending them to yourself.
I don't remember. Good God! I don't know what's happening to me. My head hurts terribly.
Co mam mu dać ten lek?
Take this. It will help you.
Zaraz nam tu zaśnie na stole.
I think I'll be fine.
Let us see, Cust. Look at me. You know very well that you committed these murders?
Yes, I know.
But I'm not wrong in saying that you do not know why you committed them.
No, I don't.
Let us leave Cust alone. He's at the end of his tether.
And? What conclusions have you drawn?
Plenty. It might help us to understand him a little better. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Co wiemy na temat stanu zdrowia Custa? Czy istnieją jakiekolwiek tropy potwierdzające niewinność Custa w przypadku zbrodni w Czyżby? Nie miał powodów może? Nie miał powodów może? No nie rozpoznał go. No chyba nie. Nie możemy.
I don't see any clearer than before. This is worse.
There is one point to highlight. C'est curieux. Cust admits that he killed, but he does not know why. What did Dr. Thompson say? Even if Cust killed while in an altered state, it still must have been his deepest desire. He must have had a motive.
Let's keep it simple. Never mind his motive. He confessed.
But you see, he can confess to anything and everything. He denied the murders and then confessed to them. He confirmed that he never typed the letters. Then, with great ease, I managed to get him say quite the opposite.
Come on, he behaved like a guilty man. He lied to his landlady.
Because deep down he believes himself guilty. From the papers, he noticed that he had always been at the scene of the crimes. He must think that he killed and then simply forgot what he had done.
How can you be so sure?
Let us look at his psychological profile. You will understand my point of view. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Profil psychologiczny Custa. Czy jest pewny siebie? Nie, to nie to. Nieśmiałe. Rodziciel? Chyba raczej nie. Lubi pociągi, no nie za bardzo. Wyrachowany. Szczodry? A nie, bo skąpy. Nie pasuje.
You see? Cust's character is quite the opposite of the murderer's.
But if he's a madman, can we really talk about his character?
You know very well that our murderer does not behave like a psychopath. Apart from the signature, there is no ritual repetition in the choice of victims.
Very well, you're right as always. So we have no confession, no culprit, no suspects, nothing. And all that after 2 months of inquiry? What should I do?
Have faith. Just give me 24 hours.
Dobrze, i na tym sobie zakończymy, bo to nie jest jeszcze koniec, jak widzicie, całej historii, ale się ciekawie tutaj nam rozwinęło. I tak jak podejrzewałam, bo naprawdę ja już nie pamiętam, jak się to skończy, on został w jakiś sposób wyrobiony. Przepraszam, w te morderstwa. Także macie już jakichś podejrzanych? Jesteście ciekawi, kto to może być, jeżeli nie jest to Cust? Jeśli tak, dajcie mi znać w komentarzach. Dzięki Wam serdeczne za oglądanie, słuchanie, za subskrypcję i za łapki w górę. Także trzymajcie się ciepło, do następnego. Cześć!